What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to, I think we're on episode 5 now of Lawa. I had to take an absence last week because I was on vacation, went up to Michigan with some of my closest friends, and it was a ton of fun. I'm not really a big vacation person, but I definitely enjoyed being on vacation just because, I don't know, it was kind of fun to not exactly worry about YouTube for a few days. As you could probably tell, I had a few videos pre-recorded, but it was a pretty good time, and I'm definitely glad to be back. Honestly, of all the weeks that I could have possibly taken a vacation on, last week was probably the best because there wasn't that much that happened. Yeah, just in the past 2 weeks in general, the Apple news was not crazy or insane. Like, I didn't feel like I was missing it that much, although halfway through the vacation, I was definitely itching to get back right here in front of the camera. So I'm back. I want to walk you, regardless, through the little Apple news that we got inside of the past week. Let me shrink myself down right now if you're watching live on YouTube. First thing I want to talk about is dark mode on iOS 12. This is a feature that every person on the planet wants to see, without question. Every single person out there wants dark mode. Of course, that's not true. Of course that's not true, but I definitely want dark mode. I've read your comments, and just based on how that video did in comparison to anything else I've been posting about, I can tell that a lot of people want to see this feature. Basically, in this video, I highlighted all the reasons that I think dark mode is coming. The two main ones, or three main ones, being like all of Apple's other products or software versions, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, they all have a dark mode now. There are dark elements in iOS 12. And number 3, there is just like a kit or class, I guess you would call it, on Apple's developer website. So you've got those 3 reasons as to why I think dark mode is coming. At the same time, knowing Apple's track record, it just might not ever happen because Apple sometimes will hear what we're saying, but not exactly hear what we're saying, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know if dark mode is coming. I feel like there's a lot of possibility for it to become a reality. At the same time, I'm not exactly sure because Apple could just totally be leading us on to believe it's coming when really dark mode may not ever come to iOS, or it just might not come in the initial version of iOS 12 this fall. After that, we got a lot of other news throughout the rest of the week just about iPhones and iPads. Every week at this point in the iPhone rumor cycle, pretty normal that we are hearing something new or big every single week. And we got a lot of information this week on the iPhone 9. Number 1 there being delays. Just like the iPhone 10 that was a little bit new, it had the edge, not just a little bit new, really new, with an edge-to-edge display and all those exciting features. That was supposed to launch alongside the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus initially. Like, Apple was supposed to launch all 3 of the phones, as you can see on screen right now, at the same time. However, it didn't turn out to be the case, and the iPhone 10 was delayed about a month and a half after the iPhone X or iPhone 10 was announced, all the way up until November of 2017. We got it at the very beginning of November. Now reports initially said October. Other reports now too are saying November 2018. So 2 years in a row now we're hearing that Apple's flagship iPhone, like the main one that I think most people are going to be interested in, last year it was the iPhone 10. This year it's going to be the iPhone 9, is going to be delayed, which is definitely frustrating. But there was some other sort of like really good news to counter that. That really good news being the fact that there's going to be a full LCD display. And the full LCD display is going to be pretty cool, or full active it's called. It allows you to have really thin bezels, actually thinner than the bezels on the iPhone 10, which is ridiculous because up until this point, if you've been paying attention to the rumors, you know the bezels on the LCD iPhone, because it uses LCD instead of OLED, and LCD is not flexible, it can't really bend, the bezels were going to be thicker. Now we're hearing they could be thinner, which would definitely be a pretty big change, and a change that I don't think myself or many others were anticipating to see in the first place. And sorry, I meant to talk about the colors of the iPhone 9 too. I just got ahead of myself because I'm so excited for the iPad. The iPhone 9 is also going to be coming in a lot of colors. New report from Makatara analyzes or suggests it will come in yellow on top of orange, blue, white, and black, or silver and space gray. And the colors are going to be great. It's going to be a great way to differentiate the iPhone 9 apart from the other iPhones coming this year. And I think most people, as I mentioned earlier, as I previewed earlier, are going to gravitate toward the $699-ish iPhone 9 because it's going to have all the great features of the iPhone 10, but all those features are going to be on a lower price tag device, and not everyone cares about like OLED or stainless steel or the best materials. A lot of people just love the iPhone 10, they love the way it looks, and they want a piece of that for a lower price, and that is absolutely the direction that Apple is going this year with the iPhone 9, with the LCD 6.1-inch model. So that is very, very exciting. The other piece of news this week was on the 2018 iPad Pros. It's going to be coming in at 10.5/11 inches and 12.9 inches, very similar to the form factors of the actual physical form factors of the 2017 iPad Pros, but instead of there being a thick bezel at the very top and bottom and thinner on the edges, hopefully going to be equal all the way around, or there is going to be a notch. I'm not exactly sure what design Apple is going to go with yet. I talked about that in depth on yesterday's video. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, you can watch these videos in the top right or left-hand corners of the screen. But the new iPad Pros are going to be great. A lot of people are really excited. They're going to have Face ID. However, they are not going to have the headphone jack, according to a report from Takara. And on top of not having a headphone jack, there's going to be like vertical only optimization we're hearing. Like the keyboard, the smart keyboard and the smart connector isn't going to be located on the side for landscape viewing. It's going to be in portrait for vertical viewing. So like the keyboard and the iPad would be upright rather than sort of like laying down. Like this for, I guess, hamburger versus hot dog. And it's going to be a pretty good, weird change. Like I was reading this article and I was like, this sounds good. No, this is actually a pretty bad idea, and I think that's what I said in yesterday's video. It just seems weird to switch the smart connector from the side to the bottom, and I don't exactly get that move. Hopefully this is just a rumor. Hopefully this is not happening for sure. We're also hearing that the iPad is going to have vertical Face ID only. So if you get one of the new Face ID iPad Pros, this doesn't make sense for Apple to do. I don't think this is going to happen, and I hope that this isn't going to happen, but the iPad Pros could like force you to unlock them in the vertical mode. So instead of you being able to like turn them to the left or right and use them like iPads have always been able to be used, no, they're actually going to be vertical only optimized with the way the smart connector looks and with the way Face ID looks, which is going to be a change that I think is going to make a lot of people kind of annoyed, kind of frustrated. Like it would just be bad product design. I can see the reviews right now like pointing these out in my head, and hopefully Apple has this foresight as well, so it's not going to happen. But that was the Apple news of last week. As I mentioned, not a lot. Like iPhone 9 is still developing, Face ID iPad should be launching right around the same time. So in the weeks leading up until September and October, we're probably going to be hearing more and more and more every single week. And that's the latest Apple news. That's what's going on. Pretty cool that like there's still stuff happening at this point. I'm always worried that like the news is just going to die out one day and I'm going to have nothing to report on. But it's still going pretty strong, and I'm still very excited, regardless of the recent rumors about the iPad and the iPhone. I'm still very excited to see these products because iPhones were great in 2017, and I'm excited to see where Apple goes. I definitely want to see Apple also step up to the plate and really make like I don't know what I'm trying to say, ballpark home run iPad. Like I just want them to hit it out of the park with the new iPads because they have the promotion displays already, but I know that they can do a lot more as well. So I'll head over to chat now, answer any of your questions about the latest Apple news to see what all of you have been saying. First one I saw, do you watch Tools of Tech? Yes, one of my favorite YouTubers, great guy. We talk a decent amount off like the internet or not publicly, just a really good guy, like loves what he's doing, and I'm so happy for him. Someone said, yeah, same here. I gotta read that comment one more time just to get that. Yeah, I do watch Tools of Tech once again, talk about the Apple Watch. Pretty great. I definitely like the Apple Watch. Good product. I wear mine every single day. And I've got the Series 4 right here with Wi-Fi and LTE or cellular. And I'm pretty excited for the next Apple Watch. I'm trying to work on a video about the Apple Watch soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I like the Apple Watch a lot. If you're looking to get one, I think you'll definitely enjoy the Apple Watch if you get it. Oh yeah, so your podcast with Tools of Tech. Yeah, Tools of Tech and I actually unofficially / officially collabed. He had me on his podcast, and I did a live stream with him on my channel. When is the next update for Apple devices in 12.1? The official next big update for Apple devices is obviously going to be iOS 12 later this year. 12.0 coming in fall of 2018, which usually means September. But I'm very excited for that. Like, I think iOS 12 is just going to be an update that people really like, that people really enjoy. And I'm very excited for all of you to get your hands on iOS 12, just because I've really enjoyed using it, and it's not like a big feature-packed update. You're going to get bored of it after just a couple of minutes. However, really stable, and overall, I think the public is going to really appreciate it. Like, I think it's exactly what iOS needs this year. What's up with the static noise? That is my fan on my MacBook. Even the 2018 MacBook Pro, I'm going to mention this in my review, but the static you're hearing, because my laptop is like relatively close to the mic, it's real staticky because of the fans. Like, the MacBook Pro, even as new as it is, even as powerful as it is, the fans kick on like crazy because of the i7 and i9 chips inside. And I'm glad that Apple officially fixed the MacBook issues. I should have also mentioned that as part of the news. They did push out a software update to make sure that there weren't any issues, or that the issues were corrected. They are no more. However, unlike the iMac Pro, which I don't think I've ever heard the fans come on for, the MacBook Pro fan comes on pretty much when you're doing anything. Like, I was browsing the web yesterday, and it seems like the fan turned on, which is really weird. How thick do you think the bezels will be on the 6.1-inch iPhone? A report yesterday says they're going to be possibly thinner than the traditional like iPhone 10, iPhone 10 Plus, so thinner than 1mm. But we've also heard they could be thicker as well. And a lot of the dummy units and mock-ups have shown thicker bezels versus thinner bezels. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. 120 Hertz in this year's iPhones? Yeah. I really think that will not happen because we haven't heard it yet. I really hope it does happen. I really want to see the 120 Hertz display in this year's iPhones. For anybody that isn't familiar, like, the 120 Hertz display has the 120 Hertz refresh rate, and it's a really like great screen on the iPad. It's only on the only Apple product it's on right now is the iPad Pros from 2017, the 10.5 and 12.9 inches, and it is fantastic. It's one of the greatest things Apple's ever worked on. Like, other companies obviously have made 120 Hertz displays, but not many other manufacturers are actually putting it into their products just yet. Apple has put it on the iPad, and the 120 Hertz display is so good. If you haven't checked one out ever, I know it can make some people like feel sick to their stomachs or get kind of ill because it looks too real almost. But for the majority of people, it's absolutely incredible, and I really enjoy. I really enjoy the screens on the iPad Pros. It's absolutely incredible. Which iPhone do you plan on getting? Let's see. I think the new iPhone that I'm going to get is, I want to get all three. Like, I want to get all three of the new models, but at the same time, it's also really expensive. And I don't exactly know, like, if I had to pick one, which one I would get it this time. I'll, of course, have to wait till September, like all of you, until we officially see them unveiled. We know exactly how they're going to look, what's going to be good, what's going to be bad. I don't know, like, if I had to guess now, I'd probably stick with the 5.8-inch OLED second-gen iPhone, but I also really want to see the LCD model. Like, I'm very interested in this lower-cost iPhone. Would the value be better there? Like, would you be getting as good as a phone as the iPhone 10? Or is, like, I don't know, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Like, is the value of $700 going to be worth it that would make someone like me who's really into technology want that phone? iOS 12, I saw a question there about what, like, it was about iOS 12 and whether you can get it for free. You can't get iOS 12 for free right now because you can get the public beta, and that's a great way to try iOS 12 out before it launches. Other than that, though, like, there are some sketchier ways you can get on the developer beta, and it's probably fine. But I know there is some controversy around using, like, cracked developer profiles or something like that. I usually just pay the $100 a year to be part of Apple's developer program, and that seems to be good enough for me. Apple World sent me a super chat. Thank you so much. One of my good YouTube friends. Best Apple news channel out there, just saying, fire emoji. Thank you so much, Apple World. I appreciate your support. Promise you we are going to collab soon on something. I've been super busy. The live stream did go down for a second, if anyone was confused. My Wi-Fi has been a disaster lately. I've got this Eero home Wi-Fi network system, and I have to, like, disconnect and reconnect to Wi-Fi constantly. It's really annoying. It affects my new MacBook Pro and my iMac Pro, but my 2016 MacBook Pro never has any connection issues. It's the weirdest thing ever. My iPhone, iPad, it never has any connection issues. Just my MacBook with Pro behind it, or my iMac with Pro behind it. So I've got a lot of random Wi-Fi issues, which is pretty annoying. But hopefully, if I get new Wi-Fi, or when I go back to school in like a couple weeks, it will be better, because the Wi-Fi this summer at home has definitely been really challenging to deal with. I'm seeing some comments saying the sound is messed up. I don't know what would be wrong there. It looks to be okay on my end. It could just be like the quality is kind of weird because of the live stream, so I'm sorry about that. How can I get iOS 12 on my iPad 3? If you just go to, I think, beta.apple.com, you can join the public beta for free, and that would be a really good way to get on iOS 12 for free. And iOS 12 is really great. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. In previous years, I would never recommend going on beta software, but this year iOS 12 is just so good and so solid that I have to recommend iOS 12 to anybody that is interested in trying it out. Sounds like rain. It was raining earlier in my area. It could also just be my MacBook fan, which sounds kind of like a jet engine sometimes. I'll try to move the laptop away if it's that loud and that distracting. As you can tell, this live streaming thing is much different than producing normal content. Hey, when you upload a vlog, please upload a vlog. I wish that I could be a vlogger. Like, I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be a ton of fun to do. I think I'd really enjoy it. However, my life is just not that interesting. Like, I'll give you a quick run through of my day. So I wake up most days. I'll be on my phone for a little bit, go to the bathroom, go to the gym, and just like I don't know, I've been really dying in the gym lately. Like, I haven't enjoyed a workout for like the past 4 weeks, which has been really challenging. However, I'll go to the gym, come home, eat lunch, and then I'll work on YouTube stuff from like 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. And since I'm my own boss, I can take breaks whenever, or go to the bathroom whenever, get food whenever. And it's a really good schedule, but like my life would literally be like, hey guys, I updated the gym again, what's going on? Hey guys, just eating lunch at home. Hey guys, just uploaded it. Like, I don't know, it wouldn't be interesting. I would not be interested in watching it, but I've thought many times about doing a one-off video where I do a video and, like, I don't know, just one day show off my life, to show off you how it is. I think it'd be especially interesting to do while I'm a college student, like while I have classes, because my life when I'm at college is so much different, so much busier. I'm in a couple of clubs and stuff as well, which makes it really challenging. I was like a resident advisor in RA in my university last year, and oh my god, the stories that I have from that job are endless. Like, I could go on talking about being an RA forever. I've also randomly thought about doing like story time videos on this channel just because they'd be kind of fun, but just a lot of crazy stuff. If you're going to college next year, you get a ton of money for being an RA, but be prepared for just insane stories. It's still a lot of fun though. So that would be like reasons I would or would not vlog, but I definitely want to do like maybe a one-off thing sometime, just because it would be really enjoyable. Where do you live? I won't give you the exact location, although it's pretty easy to live or figure out. I'm in the Midwest, so very central Midwest. Let's see, we've got, I don't think streams hurt the channel. Subscribers love to interact with the YouTuber. I definitely do not know how the public view on live streams is. I think it's a kind of fun way to interact with you all more on a regular basis, but I definitely don't, I don't know. I really enjoy standard content just as much as I do enjoy doing live streams. Apple World back with another super chat again. Thank you so much. If you could collab with one big YouTuber, which one would you choose? I would probably choose, I don't know, for some reason Casey Neistat just popped in my head. Like, obviously, I feel like he'd be very interesting just to work with and hang out with for a day, just because I really admire his work ethic and his creative process is really impressive. But I'd also love to hang out with Marquez for a day, Jonathan Morrison, even smaller YouTubers like Brandon Havard. I'd love to hang out with Apple World for a day, of course, to Losif Tech, the smaller boys as well. But I don't know. There's definitely a lot of YouTubers that like I want to interact with, and like there's so many places I want to travel and so many YouTubers I want to meet. I just don't have the money to do it. Like, I really want to collab with more YouTubers in person, but plane tickets, hint, they're expensive. Like, I was looking to go to California for an undisclosed secret project with another YouTuber that you may know, and it was like $500 to fly there and back, which is, it's a lot of money at this point. I mean, sponsorships help a lot, but like $500, still a lot of money for just like a 2 or 3 day trip. So I'm still trying to figure all that out, and look forward to hopefully to a really cool collab video coming soon. I just have to figure out the dates and the pricing and all of that good stuff. Do you live in New York? I do not. I do not live in New York. However, I had an internship with NBC in New York, or near New York, in the past year, in February of 2018. And I actually never went to New York. I was in a place called Stamford, Connecticut, where the NBC Sports headquarters is. Really cool building, really cool location. However, I don't know if I'd ever want to live in New York. Like, I think that lifestyle is cool, but I'm much more of like a Cali is the dream person. Or I really want to go out west where it's just warm and nice all the time, rather than north or northeast, somewhere like that. The audio is apparently having a ton of issues right now. I have no idea what's going on, so I will probably just wrap up the stream now and try to figure out what's going on. Sorry for everybody listening. I will check out the audio issues and hopefully improve for the next stream. But thanks for tuning in, everybody. I also have to go eat dinner. Thanks for stopping by. This was Lawa episode 5. Really appreciate all your support as always. And I will talk to all of you in the next episode. See you later.